I have something I have to ask you as well. Regardless of our thoughts and feelings, I know how important that is. Are there any actions that, if we take regularly, that are harmful to our health? For example, trans fats, sugar, microwaving food. Someone told me you once said something about carbonated beverages. I don't know if that's true.
Thought, vibration is everything, and action is insignificant in comparison. But you cannot separate your action from your thought vibration about your action. In other words, if you believe that the action that you're offering is a good action, then your vibration is more in alignment than if you believe that your action is a bad action. You could take two people, subject them to identical diets, with one believing that it is inappropriate and one believing that it is appropriate, and they would get two different results from the same exact diet. Because it's not about what they're eating, it's about how they feel about what they're eating. We're surprised any of you can find anything to eat. Because somebody that you trust has told you something is wrong with everything. It's got food dye in it. It's got the wrong sort of chemicals in it. It's got preservatives in it. It's got fat in it. It's got carbohydrate in it. It's got poison in it. And so when you sit down, most of you are terrorized. Your food terrorizes you. We see you in your restaurants. Instead of feeling easy and luxuriating and in love, you're looking at the menu in guilt and disgust. You find yourself feeling guilty before you even get it on your fork, and apologizing and pretending that you're only going to eat a little when you really plan to eat it all. In other words, there may be no subject that is more upside down and all around than your relationship with food. And we want you to make peace with the food that you are eating. And if you will make peace with the food you are eating, the food you are eating will serve you well. But as long as you've demonized what you're eating, the worst thing in the world anybody can do is believe something is wrong or bad for them and do it anyway. That's where religion comes in. They say, you are evil if you do that, and then your natural instincts cause you to do it anyway. And then you feel evil forevermore, you see.
So as long as we're feeling good, we can eat anything.
We'll put it this way. Practice feeling good. Eat as you are. In other words, let your action be as it is and do your best to make peace with what you're doing. And then as you make peace with what you're doing, you will gradually begin to gravitate toward the best foods that match your expectation. If you're saying, could I drink Clorox bleach and thrive on it? We would say, probably not, because you know too much about Clorox bleach, you see. But don't try to be extreme about it. In other words, be easy about this. And when you get feeling good, you can thrive. Your emotions are your indication of your alignment with Source. Your body is a veritable chemical factory. And as you consume food, the chemical factory does different chemical experiments, so to speak, in order to extract from the food that you're eating. The food combining and the extraction of the elements of the food is something that your body knows very well how to do. So a baby who has not been programmed with all of this information and has not been exposed to his worrisome mother long enough that he is being affected by it can eat things that his chemical factory can utilize effectively. That's why most children, even those brought up on what you would consider to be very inappropriate diets, are not doing so differently than those who were brought up on what their mothers consider to be the very best diets. Because especially in the early years, those chemical factories are doing such a good job of extracting what they need. You could get a food craving for a Twinkie and not know about all of the reasons that you shouldn't be eating Twinkies, and your chemical factory would extract the component that it was looking for that was in the Twinkie, which is the reason you got the impulse to eat the Twinkie to begin with. But if while you're eating the Twinkie, you're feeling negative emotion for eating the Twinkie, then you override any benefit that the chemical factory could give.
Thank you.